Members of Niger's presidential guard have detained President Mohamed Bazoum inside his own palace, blocking access to both his residence and office in the capital, Niamey. The president has reportedly called on the army to attack if the elite soldiers don't back down. Niger has experienced 4 coups since independence from France in 1960. The United Nations, the United States, and the European Union have denounced any attempt to seize power. Let's get more from Lagos. We bring in DW correspondent Alyssa Shakumwa. Alyssa, foreign governments are condemning this as what they're calling an apparent attempted coup. What more can you tell us?
Well, that's what we witnessed, according to reports in early hours of this morning at about 5:30 a.m. local time in the capital, Niamey. The presidential guards, very own presidential guards guarding the presidential palace, detained the president, Mohamed Bazoum, in that palace, blocking off ostensibly access to the palace and also keeping him there. And that's where the news began to trickle that issues are beginning to happen in Niamey, in Niger. So it is what many have termed it another attempted coup in West Africa, which has experienced so many coups. This will make it the 6th coup since 2020. What we do know for sure for now is that after the proceedings that happened earlier, we did see a couple of demonstrations, pro-demonstrations in favor of the president happening close to the presidential palace. But a couple of warning shots were fired by the presidential guards against these protesters to keep them away from the presidential palace. We did see the presidency putting out a tweet, which later deleted, saying that the president is okay and his family is okay, they are well, but that warning that the coup makers should go back to the barracks and stop the acts. We have also seen heavy statements from ECOWAS and also AU demanding the immediate and unconditional release of the president, Mohamed Bazoum. But for now, there's a bit of confusion in the capital, Niamey. No movement as of this evening that we can confirm in the capital because citizens, many people have been home.
Bazoum was democratically elected. Tell us more. Does he still enjoy public support?
That's a bit of a mixed one because he was democratically elected back in 2021 when he came into power with so much optimism and, and joy and promise for the country. Don't forget, this is a country of about 26.2 million people. Lots of arable land really swept away by desertification and also global warming. So there's also farming issues there. So the economy is not as it's meant to be in Niamey and also in the country, Niger. So it's really hard to see people are really backing the president. So he just enjoys some support. He does enjoy, some bit of love from the people. Don't forget, this is a country that has seen about 4, coups since getting independence from France.
Tell us, events in Niger, small country, an important region. How does what's going on in Niger play into the stability of the region overall?
And that's the big question for the ECOWAS bloc and also for countries like Nigeria, for Ghana, for Benin, for Togo to look towards. Because don't forget, when it comes to the insurgency, Niger is fighting more like a twin battle in its southwest bordering Mali and also in its southeast bordering Nigeria with jihadist insurgency, Boko Haram, and groups linked to Al-Qaeda and the sort. So that's going to be the big issue because any change in power, even militaristically, in Niger, in the army, will ultimately spell, perhaps many might say, a drawback when it comes to the fight against insurgency. Don't forget that Niger so far has been the only country that seems to be the pro-Western backed, support in terms of having foreign troops in the country and in the fight against insurgency, like what we've seen again in Mali and Burkina Faso. It's also a member of the G5 Sahel group that has been fighting jihadism in the region. So Niger's critical role in the fight against insurgency cannot be overstated.
All right, DW correspondent Alyssa Shakumwa there in Lagos for us. Thanks very much for the latest.